Hey, this is Eric, and this is my entry into Billy's 200 subscriber contest, the name game. I'm going my first name, which is Eric, which is short, simple, to the point, but also a little bit challenging. So, without further ado, Eric, as in Eric Burdon of the Animals, who's, I think this is from 2014, I want to say, 2013. Uh, Amazing, great record. Frontman for the Animals. As time goes on, I appreciate his stuff more and more and want to check out his 70s and 80s output. He recently posted on Facebook something about having the voice of an old man when he was young and growing into it, and that's absolutely true. This is a great soul rock record with some bluesy tinges that definitely is worth your attention if you are at all interested in what a artist from the 60s is doing now that's completely viable. There's a lot of people on autopilot, but Burdon is not one of them. Alrighty. So Marty Robbins, Gunfighter Ballads and Trail Songs. This is a classic Western album. It's not very country, but it is all cowboy ballads. There's Big Iron, which is a classic. There is El Paso, which is maybe his best known song. Strawberry Roan, Utah Carol. Great stuff. If you run across this, highly recommended. There's a lot of editions of this out there. I have it on CD behind me as part of my Marty Robbins collection. Great stuff. Definitely check it out. And that cover is just classic. All right. One of the constants in my life, unbeknownst to me until probably 10 years ago, was Australian music and Icehouse. So late 80s hit album from the States, Man of Colors. Great kind of new wave pop stuff. Electric Blue was the big standout track, and this was from 87, but it was huge in 88 in at least my marketplace. I remember hearing it on the radio. I think it was like the 68th most played song on our local top 40 radio station. I remember that because that was the one year in my life that I recorded their New Year's Eve top 100 songs of the year. But there's a great hidden gem on here called Heartbreak Kid, which is almost a Western ballad that's about a gunslinger, or maybe not, some kind of outlaw figure. I really want some alt country band out there to do a justice cover of this. Maybe Nico Case or somebody like that would be awesome. But at any rate, this is a great album. Lots of great poppy new wave stuff on here. Definitely worth checking out if you run across a copy. And finally, so two bands in my life that I absolutely love and that have made a major impact on who I am. And one of them is a band called Jet Blackberries. And I will be doing a video about them soon. I did a video on their previous act, or what they originally started out, a band called New Math, recently. But the other one is the band The Forbidden Dimension. But before The Forbidden Dimension, there was C. It's in Color Me Psycho, or as their main man Tom Bagley calls them, Color Me Sucko. This is their one and only album. This is Pretend I'm Your Father. And I'm going to show you the back of this because, man, look at those fonts. Now, Tom, their guitar player and singer, is a graphic artist. He does amazing stuff. You might have seen his records covers for bands like Chicks Dig It or Huevos Rancheros or any number of 90s Calgary, Canada bands. But this is a great record. I love this record. It's kind of horror punk. It's influenced by 70s punk and 50s blues and country stuff with a big dash of Blue Oyster Cult, and this is a more garagey version of what he does. So that is my entry. Trying to keep it short and sweet. That was four letters. So I'm going to kind of break the rules because that's what I do. And I'm going to talk about my middle initial, which is I drop all the records on the floor, which is J as in James. I'm going to grab a bunch of CDs here from my J section. And we're going to talk about somebody that I know that Billy's a big fan of, and so am I. Waylon Jennings. This is Waylon and Willie, Clean Shirt. One of the later compilations, not something that I've really hooked into, but a great album. You can't go wrong, especially if you see this stuff $1, $2 at a sale at a pawn shop or a thrift store or something. Waylon and Willie is always worth checking out. If you really want to get into Waylon, and you really want to know what happened to the man who survived the day the music died, the man who gave up his seat on the plane to the Big Bopper. This is the record, and Billy's talked about this record. This is an amazing record. I do have it on vinyl. One of my top 10 records of all time. My favorite song in here is Omaha. There's just something about that. It kind of echoes Ursula Hickey's Shame on Me. Great song. All right. Dreaming My Dreams, another classic 70s Waylon album. All Around Cowboy, Bob Wills is still the king. I mean, this stuff is great. Waylon Jennings, this is an earlier one. The Taker in Tulsa. You know, this is before Honky Tonk Heroes, and this is kind of the stuff he was doing in the late 60s, early 70s. Once again, this is one that I haven't really gotten into in an accessible way, so I can't tell you what great songs are on here, but Waylon's always worth checking out. And finally, I do have an RCA best of somewhere. That's 2 discs. It's probably in my car. This is Waylon. This is called Waylon Forever. This is Waylon Jennings in the 357s. This is some of the final stuff that he recorded. And just some of his usual stuff. Lonesome, Ornery, and Mean, Way More Blues. There's a cover of Cream's White Room on here that's pretty amazing, that they were trying to sell as his Hurt. You know, Johnny Cash's cover of Hurt. They were trying to say that White Room. It's a great cover. Definitely worth hearing. So, Billy, love your channel. I love seeing all the metal. I love seeing all the country. I love seeing just talk about 80s pop stuff. You know, we're about the same age. Probably come from the Midwest, similar backgrounds. It's great to see people out there that like a lot of the same stuff I do. So, thanks for the contest. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope people find something that they don't know about that they dig. I'm going to catch you all later.